Now, with surging rents, significant housing deficits, and overregulation, the Nigerian real estate market is a matrix of opportunities and unique challenges which only optimistic investors will be able to successfully convert into viable and long-term profits. However, in the wake of the recent pandemic, the Nigerian real estate sector was one of the worst hit sector in the Nigerian economy, as the impact radically altered the industry's long-term expectations. As the Nigerian economy experienced a rebound, the real estate industry is still faced with numerous challenges impeding growth across its value chain, such as access to finance, regulatory and commercial bottlenecks, among others. Despite a range of pressing challenges, Nigeria's real estate sector is set to continue expanding in the future, albeit at a slower pace than over the past decade, as the market provides attractive returns on investments that cannot be ignored by investors seeking to purchase properties in the nation, where an investment in real estate can bring returns of 30 to 35%. Joining me now live in the studio to chat and evaluate the prospects and challenges in Nigeria's real estate sector is the head of marketing and communications at Veritasi Homes and Properties Limited, Mr. Tobi Yusuf. Mr. Yusuf, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
It's good to have you in the studio. Let's look at my intro. A lot was said in my intro about the challenges and all of that. But what business opportunities have you found in Nigeria's housing deficit? We hear of millions of housing deficit. The figures, I don't know which you are going with, but what opportunities have you seen in this?
There are a number of opportunities. To start with the figures, there are about 17 million homes in deficit in Nigeria today, and it would continue to increase because little or nothing is actively done to upstage that number. Relating to opportunities, there are two ways we can look at it. We can look at it from the supply side, which we currently operate, and then the demand side. So what we do currently is to put in housing delivery components together, relating from land to infrastructure, construction, and even adhering to regulation, building regulation standards to put up a property, a house, a home unit together. And that's what we do currently. And then the other side of the opportunity is where we can look at preferring like financing options with the part of credit to homeowners. Aspiring homeowners are looking to own their own first home, which is usually the biggest investment for a particular household, really. So those are opportunities that we see outside of things like job employment creation for people. There are a number of unemployed youth. So in all of the things that we do, the metrics that we do, they would create job opportunities. Also looking at remittances from diaspora, right? A lot of money coming from the US, UK, Nigerians in diaspora, really, about 1.2 million Nigerians in diaspora, and a lot of money comes in from these countries into the economy. And that creates quite a huge amount for its contribution to GDP. So these are opportunities that we have seen and we're looking to harness fully. Right now and in the near future.
And I'm sure you're taking advantage of that. How well are you doing that? Before I ask you how this has actually contributed to the growth of the entire economy, how well are you taking advantage of this space?
Yeah, to start with, we, as a company, we recently moved into housing development. That's what we set up business to do. And we started with our Cambodia project. Cambodia is like our housing development project that we've been working on since 2019, and we've used that as an opportunity to get people, particularly aspiring first-time owners, to come into the space and then leverage on the product that we have, because we designed the project such that workers can be able to access the NHF. This is something that developers will usually run away from because it's tasking, it's time consuming. It's a lot of worry. But we decided to say, come on, we'll try and make the process hassle-free with collaboration with different stakeholders like the mortgage bank to make it accessible to people that are eligible to this. So it's one of the things that we're doing to make it a success, not just constructing, but also fulfilling the demands of the curve.
It's good news when we hear that trying to key into NHF and all of that, we now having mortgage in Nigeria. That would be very good, because that's what happens outside the world.
Very
and
correct.
People own buildings, but here we all just want to work, build houses, and finish all the money even before you retire, and there's nothing. But apart from the provision of jobs, I was asking you that what about how this contributes to the growth of the economy, because it is key.
You're very correct. So two sectors that are very, very important in this space right now, which is real estate and construction. They contribute, so some amount to GDP. Real estate currently contributes about 5.68 to the national GDP, and construction about 4.68 thereabout to GDP. All of these components, have their individual teams. Take, for example, job creation in our project. For every housing unit that is built at Camberwell, there's about 5 jobs created. And Camberwell is a huge project that covers for about 40,000 square meters of land, in total, and more, because we're beginning to do more of that. So you can do the math. You can tell of how many jobs are being created. Directly and indirectly, And like I mentioned earlier, we're also using the project as an avenue to attract more remittance into the country. In 2019, the diaspora remittance into the country was about 25 billion. And it's good to also know that 30% of that amount went to investment-related uses, outside of taking care of family homes, attending to healthcare, school, and all that. 30% of that amount went into investment-related that we are looking to capture. So we're designing products that would take on that amount, that would, on the long term, short and long term, improve the economy. Having said that, we're also another opportunity, or what we're also looking to do, or that we have done in that space, is also to be able to improve infrastructure, because the kind of development that we do, we also need to be able to get the government in to say, okay, well, developing this particular area, how much of an infrastructure can come into this space, because we want to be able to improve foot traffic to the area that will eventually improve the value of the property that is being built. So all of these are things that we're doing to improve that.
Now, let's stay now with, apart from jobs now, with the issues of Nigerians in diaspora. Now, in specifics, what are you doing? What aim are you? What do you have with regards to bringing them more into this net?
So I'll tell you, one of the things that we have realized through research is the fact that there are more people that we can capture. There are more remittances that we can capture from the diaspora into our space if the investment amount is not too much. So, and by product of design, we have, as a company, we've also looked at it to say, what can we do differently that other people are not doing? So we looked at it critically, and we saw that there is an opportunity in the student accommodation space that a number of people are really not playing into. If you go to any of the federal institutions right now, as you speak to the student accommodation, that's deplorable. It's not exactly fit for humans to stay and study and get the best of them. So we're looking at how we can do that. So we designed the product. It's called the hostel scheme, where this remittances can come in specifically for that at a very, very minimal amount. And it's also open to Nigerians here in Nigeria, very, very little sum, for the sole purpose of developing huge accommodations across the country. As I speak to you today, we have something in the pipeline, and we're working, we've acquired some property in Ife. We're working closely with the school management actually to be able to do something in that light. So all of these are what we are doing to attract investment, and also without forgetting the Camberwell project as well. From the way we've structured the payments, from making use of mortgage, even to how we structure our installment plans, to be able to capture more people into the space, because people want to be able to put in money to earn money in the long run.
True. That's key. Now, let's not look at this this young workforce that you say you have, that you mentioned. The fact that over 50% of the Nigerian population, even at the moment, are young people.
Yeah.
Now, what advantage does this pose to you and what you do?
I mean, you said it. A large population of Nigeria today are young people, and there's an opportunity there if it's well harnessed. Even as a company at Veritasi Homes, about the average age of the people that we work with at the company is less than 30.
Wow.
You know, and we were pushing the curve. You know, we keep because we are innovative people, we are fast paced. It's an edge that we can take on. You know, so we bring all of that to the table to see how well we can put in to do business, you know, to cater to our clients, investors, you know, cater to some of the problems or challenges that we face as a business, and then as a country at large. I mean, particularly where we play, which is housing, yeah, and to deliver on top-notch products that will attract the right investment. Yeah.
Yes, challenges. It sounds very interesting, the way you're telling us about the projects and all of that. Now, can we just highlight some of the challenges, or what more support do you want, maybe from states or federal government, to help improve what you do?
To be honest, this won't be the first time to say this. I mean, a number of stakeholders have put in the word to say, oh, there are a number of things that stakeholders, particularly the government, can do to improve the scope of business. And also to improve the deficit that we currently face. Take, for example, what you to mention is the Land Use Act. You know, the Land Use Act of 1978. I think now it's about time that we should look into that.
View that.
Yeah, and the issue of documentation, title registry, and all of that. There's a lot of bottleneck in that regard. I hear that there's some improvement in that space, and they are trying to leverage on technology to do that. Yeah. You know, I feel that a lot more people should embrace that, not just in creating it, but also in adoption of that of such. You know, these are some of the things that I feel once it's properly done, and also policy formulation. You know, so once a policy is formulated, there's also the political will to take on it. You know, it's one thing for something to be in paper; it's another for it to be properly executed in real time. So if these things are done, really, I feel like I know that it would affect business for us positively, and also reduce the number of housing deficit that we currently face.
Before I let you go, finance is key. Let's be realistic, because
very key.
Building is capital intensive.
Yes.
Tell us about that. How has it also been in regards to finance?
So you hardly would talk about real estate without money.
Honestly.
You know, and finance is something that is underutilized. You know, that area is underutilized. We've not gotten to an advanced stage of finance in the side of the world. It's strange that people want to purchase a property and they have to buy that outright. You know, it's really strange. I mean, in developed economies, you probably would have to put it down 10 to 20% of the property amount, and then they can arrange a mortgage for you that you can pay over a period of time. Yes, the NHF is currently doing that, but how accessible it is, I know that with time we'll get it right. You know, so we just need to do more work in ensuring that we get that part of it right. Then there's also the part, the NHF is government run anyway. Yeah, it is. So there's also the part for was a private lenders doing mortgage, you know, to make the rates more.
Of course, that'll be a little high.
You know, sometimes it's high. People don't want to take on that, you know. And then the part of getting more people into owning savings accounts, you know, where you can now do checks like creditworthiness that you in turn would use in arranging a mortgage term, where they were using taking a loan and paying back over a period. So if all of these things, I mean, we need more players in the industry. You know, the government alone can't do this. We need more private hands to come into the space and get people to get people more financially inclusive, or financially inclusive, if I'm correct. You know, the more people they can get into the bracket, the more people, the more data they would have, the more data we would also have to be able to design products that will fit for them.
True.
Yeah.
So at least we are even specific, even with the number of deficits and all of this. And also, what more should we expect from the new Veritasi? A lot is happening in the sector. COVID held everybody down. COVID is partly going now. We're still scared of the third wave. But what more should we expect from you guys?
There's a lot to expect from us, really. Like I said earlier, we're a very young company. Not just young, but a company run by young people.
Yeah.
So the CEO is
that's
young.
really a good one.
Myself and people that I work with. And there's a lot we're doing. When the pandemic hit, we all had to pivot to technology, although we've been doing that prior. So we're looking to do things like a virtual inspection instead of people coming to site real time to do that. So we've deployed technology that'll fit for that. So you, at the comfort of your home, you can actually do an inspection. You know, we're also recently rebranded because we feel like we've attained a particular growth and we're looking to take on a new growth phase. And we recently rebranded, so I think like last week or so, that would put us in that position to deliver new products, new services, and also better services to the clients that we currently serve and more that we're looking to take on. We're also, we recently also designed new projects, you know, particularly in areas like in Lekki, Ikoyi, VI Axis. You know, these are huge projects, by the way. And
the location alone tells.
Yeah, I mean, like I mentioned, relating to land, you know, land is expensive in all of these areas, and you know, without saying, you know, that these are big, capital-intensive projects that we're looking to do. But it just launches on into the new part of growth that we want to play. Not also forgetting that because we're doing all of these things, we're not forgetting why we set up shop, why we started business, which is also to attend to affordable housing in Nigeria. And so we set up a sister company that would do all of that, Highstone Development, and that would attend to the mass market, really, you know, from land sales to development. You know, we cater to the lower end of the market as we, Veritasi Homes, go top to upscale projects, you know, in all of those things that we do. So yeah, there's a lot to expect from us, and I'm pretty sure that as the news breaks, TVC should be there to cover it. All
right, of course, keep us up to speed, and we'll be there to partner with you to do more of this. It's really nice talking to you this Thursday afternoon. Mr. Tobi Yusuf is the head of marketing and communications, Veritasi Homes and Properties Limited. Thank you very much, and do enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much.
All right then.